What's up, y'all? How is everybody doing? Look, I watched the Breakfast Club interview last night with Bobby Lytes, and I already wanted to do a video anyway. Like, once I started watching it, I was like, I want to just do a video just to talk about the interview in general. But when Bobby was talking about Jeffrey, he said that Jeffrey is a fashion designer and Jeffrey is gonna make a swimwear line for men called Nooks and Crannies. Y'all, when I say I got so fucking weak laughing at that shit, I don't know what about it. Like, I'm not trying to clown Jeffrey and his venture. It's just the fact that that name for me and men's swimwear, it's just saying tight ass drawers type of swimwear. Which, I mean, if that's what you wear, then that's what you wear. But I just wouldn't be like, yeah, I'm about to go get that new Nooks and Crannies spring release. I'm just not. And I think what made me so weak was the fact that when Jeffrey said it, Angela was like, Nooks and Crannies? Like, she, I think, felt the same way I did. Like, just initially, when you hear it, it's just like, that don't have the right type of ring to it. But anyway, people cannot drive. But anyway, so yeah, y'all, if you seen my IG last night, I posted a video because that shit had me so fucking weak that I was laughing like shit, and I haven't laughed like that in a long time. But I said I was gonna come in and do a video this morning so we can talk about Nooks and Crannies, but we ain't gonna talk about Nooks and Crannies. We just gonna talk about the interview in general. Now, I already told y'all I like Mr. Bobby Lytes. Now, when I first seen him on the first episode of Love and Hip Hop Miami, I was just like, I ain't really know how to take him, you know, because he was just, off the bat, he was just a whole lot to take in. But there's something endearing about Bobby that I really, really like. Like, I just want to give him a hug. And Bobby seems like the type that would be a really, really good friend. Like, once he, you know, once he fuck with you, he fuck with you. It don't seem to me like he do no shady straddling the fence type of shit. That's just the vibe I get from him. Of course, I don't know him personally, but you can get vibes from people, you know, that you don't know personally. So in the interview discusses a whole range of serious issues. Of course, sexuality. He discussed issues about his dad being locked away all his life and his father not being there for him. He talked about how he was raised in a church and being gay and everything. But what I really appreciated was the fact that, and Charlamagne said this, Charlamagne said his confidence. Like, Charlamagne was speaking about flamboyant gay men in general. Like, he admired their confidence, and I really think that confidence is a whole lot of it too, but, and I admire that too. But what I most admire about not just openly gay people or whatever have you, what I admire about people in general is their courage to just be themselves, you know, and specifically in the LGBTQ community, it's that courage that I really admire. And that's one of the things that I really, really like about Bobby, because Bobby Lytes is Mr. Bobby Lytes unapologetically. And we see that on Love and Hip Hop, you know. Bobby is talented. He sang on the interview. He rapped on the interview, and I would purchase his music. I need to hear a little bit more. I would love to hear more from Bobby Lytes, but just from his rapping, I would definitely check him out. And he is going to be on, what did he say? He's going to be walking, I think, for New York Fashion Week. Because remember the episode when he slapped the shit out of Jeffrey? How he came walking in the party, right? And he said people was clowning him for the way he was walking in. But when I saw him walking in like that, I was like, yes, you need to come through. Come through, Mr. Bobby Lytes. Come through the party. Okay? And you could tell it's not no show. That's him. He really has a lot. He's charismatic. He's charming. He has a lot of presence. You know, he discussed the type of men that he's attracted to. And he's like, you know, I'm gay. I'm attracted to men. I'm not going to be attracted to like a tranny, is what he said. So, and I understand like what he's saying is like, he said he's just not attracted to feminine men. Like, he likes boys. Okay, I get what he's saying. I understand. And he also, let me see, he also talked about him and like whether or not any, like what his career has been doing since Love and Hip Hop. And he said he's been enjoying a lot of success from Love and Hip Hop. He also talked about his relationship with Trina, and Trina is his first cousin. And I would really like to get a little more insight into like why their relationship is the way it is. And the show hasn't really discussed it. The show, Miami, Love and Hip Hop Miami, has only really just shown like this surface level type of relationship or insight into the relationship that they have, where like clearly you can see Trina don't really want to have nothing to do with him. She doesn't really embrace him. And he, you know, he's not happy with that, of course, but there's really been no backstory as to why their relationship is just so, why it's like that. And I would really like to know more, because I don't know, Trina, maybe it'll give her some more dimension on the show, you know, because she has really flatlined. And especially that situation, I'm getting away from the interview for a second, but especially that situation with Veronica Vega talking about using the N-word. She clearly wasn't okay with it, but she didn't make that known. She just kind of was like, yeah, okay, do whatever. And not to say I was looking for her to just start a beef with the girl or be, you know, confrontational about it, but that was a moment in the show where she could have asserted herself and said something, made herself meaningful. I don't know. Anyway, so back to the interview. So Bobby was saying that he wanted Trina to you know, look out for him with his career, like, you know, hook him up is what he said. And I think Envy was like, oh no, you gotta work for that. But Bobby said, she is always like my music, and we got close to doing a song together, like, but it just never happened. And something is just telling me that of course there's more to the story than meets the eye. And his issue, he said, wasn't necessarily with Trina directly. It was with the dude, the people in her camp. I'm assuming the dude that we saw. So he said that, you know, it was a situation going on behind the scenes of Love and Hip Hop where the dude that works for Trina was just getting real jazzy with her, and Bobby stepped in to defend her, and then it just took a turn. So I don't know, I'm just interested in that. And like I said, that's why it seems to me like Bobby is a very loyal type of person, you know. So he also talked about he's really into like zodiac signs and everything. Bobby has many layers, and I'm pulling for Bobby. I'm really, really pulling for Bobby. I wish Bobby a lot of success, and I hope, you know, I hope that him being on this Love and Hip Hop show continues to broaden his horizons. He also spoke about the fact that the hip hop community seems to be embracing him, because it's a, as we know, a very male dominated industry, and it's easy for us to assume that he would be ridiculed, but I was happy to hear that he really did. He's been being embraced. He said since he's been on Love and Hip Hop, people have been sliding in his DMs and stuff, and that's not a surprise. That's not a surprise. Like I said, Bobby is very talented, charismatic, charming, so that's not a surprise. So anyway, y'all, if y'all haven't checked out the Breakfast Club interview with Bobby Lytes, check it out and leave it down in the comments. Let me know what you think about the interview. Did you like the interview? Do you like Bobby? Why or why not? Yeah, so anyway, that's really all I wanted to come in and talk about. But hold up, let's rewind. Love and Hip Hop, my review from, let me see, we just did episode 7 yesterday. So episode 6, child, I was mixing up all kind of names. I was saying Jeffrey when I meant Bobby, and I was saying Veronica when I meant JoJo. Why y'all ain't tell me? Why y'all ain't tell me? But it's all good, because I be scatterbrained like shit in the morning. Like I told y'all yesterday, it be like a dramatization sometimes trying to just get up, get myself and my daughter out the house. It be so much shit going on in the morning, and child, I just cut this camera on and I just start talking. So whatever. Anyway, I will see y'all back for another video very soon. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be before the next episode of Love and Hip Hop Miami, but I'm going to see y'all again soon. All right, y'all. See y'all later.